When it comes to crypto mining, you basically have two choices. You can get a slow and steady paycheck, or you can buy a lottery ticket for a jackpot that could literally change your life. Today, we're talking all about that lottery ticket, the insane, high-risk, high-reward world of solo mining.
Just stop and think about this for a second. What if, instead of getting a tiny little slice of a crypto mining reward, you were the one to find the block, and you got to keep the whole thing? We're talking about a prize that could be worth hundreds of thousands, sometimes even millions of dollars. All yours. That right there, that's the dream of solo mining.
So, what is this jackpot we're talking about? Well, it's called the block reward. See, every time a new block gets added to a blockchain, like Bitcoin, a prize is created. It's made up of brand new coins, plus all the transaction fees from that block. And it all goes to the one miner who solves a super complex math puzzle first. That's the prize. That's what everyone's fighting for.
All right, so how do you get your hands on this crypto jackpot? Well, there are two totally different paths you can take.
It really all boils down to one simple question. Do you want a lottery ticket or do you want a paycheck? One gives you a tiny chance at a massive, life-altering payday. The other gives you a steady, predictable income. The strategy, the risk, the entire mindset, they couldn't be more different. So on one side, you've got solo mining, that's our lottery ticket. And on the other, you have pool mining, that's the reliable paycheck. Let's really dig into what that means. Okay, look at the trade-offs here, because they are huge. With solo mining, yeah, you get the full block reward if you win. But, and this is a big but, you could go months or even years without a single payout. The plus side, you pay zero pool fees. The risk, it's through the roof. Pool mining is the complete opposite. You get tiny but consistent rewards, often paid out every single day. It's stable, it's predictable, but you are giving up a percentage of your earnings to the pool. So, if you're feeling tempted by that lottery ticket, you have to ask yourself, what's the price of admission? And it turns out the cost to even play the solo mining game is, well, it's astronomical. This isn't like buying a $1 scratch-off ticket. This is like building a full-blown industrial operation from scratch. And I mean it, this is not a hobby. You're starting with a massive investment plan. Then you have to find a physical site with access to cheap, stable electricity. From there, you're installing industrial-grade electrical systems, buying and deploying thousands of these super powerful, specialized computers called ASICs, getting all the software configured, and setting up round-the-clock monitoring. The point is, this is a gigantic, capital-intensive business from day one. So, after hearing all that, the insane cost, the complexity, the sheer scale of it all, a very logical question pops into your head, right? Why on earth would anyone choose to do this? Why take on all that risk and all that expense for a prize you might never, ever win? The answer? Well, it's actually incredibly simple. And it's incredibly powerful. 100%. Think about it. When you mine solo, you are completely your own boss. You keep 100% of that block reward. You keep 100% of all the transaction fees in that block. You pay zero fees to a mining pool, which over time can save you a fortune. And for some operations, this is the big one. You get total privacy and control. It's the ultimate form of financial freedom in the mining world. Okay, so we've laid out the pros and the cons. We've seen the lottery ticket and the paycheck, but who is this high-stakes gamble actually for? Let's try to build a profile of the kind of person or company that would do this. So who is this for? Let's be clear, it's not for the average person, not even close. We're talking about massive operations here. Think investment funds or even publicly traded companies, the kind of entities that can drop millions of dollars on top-of-the-line hardware, that can afford to pay enormous electricity bills for years without any guaranteed income, and who have the ironclad patience to wait for that one single massive payout. You know, this quote just says it all perfectly. Solo mining is absolutely not for the faint of heart. This isn't some get-rich-quick scheme. It is a long-term, incredibly high-stakes commitment that demands professional planning, huge resources, and a will of steel to get through those long, dry spells with no income. So, in the end, what is solo mining? Is it a carefully calculated investment for the very, very wealthy? Or is it just the most expensive lottery ticket in the entire world? I guess the answer really depends on just how much you're willing to bet.